Hello everyone, Metal Bob here. How you doing? Welcome to the Metal Bob Live Podcast 50th episode. I'd like to thank you all for listening. I also would like to thank our sponsors, Legend Picks, and also my producer and also a sponsor of the Metal Bob Live Podcast, artist Jeremiah Kalleck. Without those guys, none of this is possible, man. We really appreciate you. Appreciate you, Jeremiah, and all you do. We got a great show on tap for you guys today for our 50th show. We got multiple interviews. We're going to check in with Billy Morris of Tough. Billy also played with Warrant. He's played with Paul Gilbert, just to name a couple others. We're going to check in with vocalist Michael Beck. You know Michael from Kings of Dust. And he's also working on a new project, and we're going to see how that's going. And also I'm going to check in with Mr. Scuzz Twittly. Mr. Scuzz Twittly's been a guest on our show 3 times. This will be his 4th time. He's got a couple new singles coming out. We're going to check in with him and see how that's coming. And for the main interview, I've got former LA Guns tour manager Brad Nelson and Mr. John Neilson, a good friend of mine. John's a singer-songwriter from Austin, Texas. I got both of those guys on the horn at the same time. We talked a little bit about our past because we have a little bit of a past together. We talk about some of the old LA Gun shows and more. So as always, sit back, have a listen, and enjoy the show. Thank you.
Yo.
Billy Morris, Metal Bob here. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. What's going on, Metal Bob?
Oh, man, not much, buddy. Just enjoying some football early this morning.
Yep, we are. This is fine to talk to because we're in the train station in Cleveland getting ready to go downtown to the game.
Right. So you had mentioned you're playing the stadium today. So what's going on?
I'm headlining First Energy Stadium. My band is the featured band today for the Cleveland Browns. We play a couple games a year for the Browns. Big stage down there, and it's right when you walk into the game, so it's a lot of people are there too.
Right on, man. That sounds like a great time.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
And I got my little boys with me, Penton and Tanner, 9 and 8, little football players.
Right on. How you fellas doing?
My little Tanner, he's a Cardinal fan, and we're playing the Cardinals today. So he's done up in his Cardinal gear. My older boy Penton is in his Baker Mayfield Browns gear. And I've just got the stock Cleveland Browns hoodie on, so I'm good to go.
Right on. Yeah, that'll be a great game, man.
Should be. It's a 4:00 game, so that's why we're going down early because I got my gear is getting delivered down there to set up and rock the house, man.
Right on. So what else you got going on? You got anything in the works, man? Any projects?
Well, I've got the Smoke and Rock and Roll food truck with Todd Chase on.
Yep.
And that season is slowing down because of weather. And I've got a whole folder of old and new material on the desktop of my computer, and I'm gonna start demoing and recording some of that stuff. Now, I don't think I'm ever really gonna put out I might put an EP out, but the days of recording 12 songs in a big full project, I think, are over. I think I'm just gonna start releasing a new single every 4 to 6 weeks. That way, I'm relevant. I got a new release coming out, and do that. But I play out in Cleveland regularly on the weekends with my cover band, but I still have the passion of original music. So be on the lookout for that. That should start happening in the next couple months. And then maybe I'll come back on and we'll talk once every 4 to 6 weeks for my new solo release.
Yeah, man, that'd be great.
And I've also got a recording studio in Cleveland called Audio Bay. And it's a full-fledged recording studio, but we just built a video podcast room and a small little vocal booth to be able to do audio books. So I'm actually starting a new company out of the studio. When you have a recording studio and you're catering to rock and roll bands, who are you catering to? Kids with not a lot of money. But I'm going to start a publishing company, Audio Bay Publishing, where we just get anybody to come in and do an audio book, a spoken word book, and then get it edited down in print form. And now you're really kind of like talking to the entire nation or the entire population because everybody's got a story to tell. And I'll be the place you can come in and tell your story.
That's awesome, man. That's really cool. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. And then, food, even though the food trucks will be closing up because it's going to start snowing here in Cleveland, Ohio, we're going to weatherize the trucks, park the trucks, but we'll still be doing some catering stuff and some private parties. So always busy, always working, and love supporting my family, love, getting up and doing things every single day.
Absolutely. And I just want to say something for people that don't know. Billy Morris, he used to be in Paul Gilbert, and he played with Warrant. You've been around. You've done a lot of stuff, brother.
I've played with a lot more people than that too. So I was thinking about okay, so I played with, obviously Paul Gilbert, which was huge for me. That was my first big guy to play with. But then I played with Warrant. Oh, actually, after Paul Gilbert, I forgot. I did a little stint with Jamie St. James. He started a band, and he moved to Cleveland, and he started a band called The Glorious Things. And we were in that band. We wrote a bunch of songs together. And the name The Glorious Things really didn't sell, so he just changed it back to Black and Blue. So I was in a small version of Black and Blue. I played with, obviously, Warrant, then Quiet Riot. I played with Frank Domino from Angel.
Right.
I don't know. I played with other people, too. But, yeah, I played with a lot of people, and I'm pretty happy for everything that I've done.
Yeah, and you mentioned Jamie. Jamie's a super cool guy, man. Super cool dude.
Oh, listen, he moved to Cleveland, and one of my friends said, "Hey, man, Jamie St. James is coming down to watch you play tonight." They asked me who he should play with, and I suggested you. So think about me being a super huge Black and Blue fan growing up, and then having that singer come and see me. I was pretty excited. We were opening up for Great White at the Cleveland Agora, and Jamie St. James came down, and he goes, "You want to be in a band with me?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, I do."
Yeah,
so that was awesome. And to this day, when I see Jamie, I have his phone number. I call him once a year. I call him the king because he's the king of the concrete jungle, and he calls me the prince. So
that's great.
We get along really, really good. Really good.
That's awesome, man. Well, buddy, I don't want to take a whole lot of your time today, man, but I did want to check in with you and see how you were doing, and I wanted you to be part of this, 50th episode, and that's really why I reached out to you, man.
Just to keep you updated with what's going on, I want to say that this year we'll be doing some tough dates. I talked to Stevie, and if things work out right, we want to get back out on the stage and continue the Tough legacy. I play guitar for Tough now with Todd Chason and Stevie Rochelle.
Right.
And I talk to Stevie at least once a week, but that's more about football. Or he'll text me late at night with the latest link that goes up on Metal Sludge. I like talking to him. He's one of my best friends, even though he lives in Los Angeles. He's a great conversation. I'm going to be doing this original stuff. I've got my old album. I don't want to say old, and listen to me calling it an album because, that just shows that I'm 55 years old. Album, right? Does anybody call it album anymore?
It seems to be album seems to be the term that's coming back.
Yeah. Well, I wish I could get it printed on vinyl, which I think I will do someday. But, I have my latest release called Holding All the Aces, and it was on High Vol Music. The late Bill Chavis put it out. And it really didn't do as well as we had planned. I don't know why, because listening to it, I had a choice of about 70 songs that I had. And I thought I picked my best 70 songs I thought I picked my best batch of songs out of the 70s. And I spent a year recording it, and it sounds amazing. The songs are amazing. So I'm going to re-release that somehow. There's a lot more music to come out of me, and I'm glad that you called me to talk about it. And just, if you're listening out there, just stay tuned. I got some big things happening. I'd be really happy for everybody to hear it.
That's great, man. And like always, Billy, man, I appreciate your time, dude. And, I hope
Dude,
you
call
have
me anytime you want.
Thanks, man. I hope you have a great gig today. Tell your boys I said hi and enjoy the game, man.
I will. Go Browns, man. Happy 50th. Thanks for calling me.
Right on. Thanks, Billy. Take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Talk to you, man. Bye-bye now. This is Michael.
Michael Beck, Metal Bob. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good. We're doing great. Great talking to you, man.
Yeah, great talking to you. I appreciate the call.
Absolutely. So I'm really excited, to hear about what you got going on, man. You said you got some new tunes coming out.
I do. It's it's at the very beginning stages of stuff, and not everything is put together. So I can only talk about it so much because I'm not sure of a lot of things.
All right.
But what I am sure of is we've got 3 songs recorded. We go in the first part of November, and we do 4 more, and then we'll kind of go from there and kind of see what the record needs to round it out. But the style and the material is I just couldn't be more happy with. It's really what I wanted to do.
Nice.
So that's pretty fulfilling.
Yeah, well, we're definitely looking forward to hearing that, man. That's going to be something to hear.
Yeah, it is. I wanted to do something that was still in the 70s vein. I mean, I don't think with my vocal I'd get anywhere else. but I wanted to do something that was a little more hook heavy, a little more chorus heavy than what I had done previously. Instead of the process was a little different. So I wanted to do something that I've always been into big choruses, stuff, like old Greg Raleigh era Journey and the Babies and Boston and stuff like that, where it was, big, strong choruses and I'd like to think we got there. I think we did. I'm hoping we did. That's a lofty target, but I think we got it.
Very cool. So is there a name for this new project yet, or is that still something to be named later?
There's a couple that we've been bouncing around. We haven't really decided on any one yet. We've narrowed it down to several, but I don't want to jinx it yet and let one out of the bag when that's not it. But everything through this process has been really, it just kind of fell together. I didn't really, where the Kings of Dust record was a long time coming. It took a long time to get the record out. It took a long time to record it. I am still so proud of that record, and I always will be, and love everything about it. But this one came together, went together, was put together, continues to be kind of just way more organically. There's no pushing, pulling. There's no, there's not even really any planning. It just kind of happens on its own. And I may be more proud of that than anything thus far.
Right on.
Yeah.
So what you got going on in the studio now? I know you said you were setting up for some recording. You guys, is it for you, or is you got another band coming in?
Always both.
Right.
I was just at another studio in the Midwest for about 20 days and tracked 4 records out there. So I've got a lot to mix. So that's kind of what I'm concentrating on now is getting all those mixed, but some really great bands. And so there's some really cool records that will be coming out that have my name attached to them over the next 6 months, and that's a pretty cool thing too.
Awesome. So whereabouts in the Midwest?
There's a studio called Fuse Recording in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Okay.
About 10 years ago, I had a band that asked me to do a record for them, and I was looking for a studio in that area, and I talked to every studio that I knew of, that was back there. Looking for the same type of gear that I use in my studio out here. Had the same type of vibe, had, just the same type of feel, but had a great drum room and had, all the things that would make me feel at home. And so therefore make a band feel at home. And I found Fuse, and it turns out that the guy that owned it, Tim Keckley, had been a friend of mine for 30 some years. And I had probably talked to him 2 or 3 times before I even realized that it was him.
Oh, wow.
So and I've been doing that ever since. I go back to that studio, 3-4 times a year, and record bands from, Texas to Minnesota and from Colorado to Illinois. It's a lot easier for them to get to the center of the country in Nebraska than it is to come all the way out to Arizona. So, and it's a really great facility. Got everything I would need, and again, it's got a lot of the same gear. So, I can walk in there and I kind of know what's going on already. So, and a great drum room, really, really great drum room.
Nice. So
yeah,
can you give us a little snippet of who or what's coming out that you're producing?
Absolutely. There's genres kind of go across the board. So it's which is nice too, because you're not doing one thing. Absolutely. There's a record that I've been working on from a guy from North Platte, of all places, Nebraska, a guy named Phil Kubek. And he's kind of got a band surrounded around him with these songs that he wrote, and just a really great record. I think it's a full-length release. I literally just finished mastering it. And really cool record, very, very kind of old Kiss sounding at times. And he's got this guitar player, Mike Purcell, that is this guy, it's one of those guys, and there's an awful lot of them out there that just an amazing musician. He's just an unbelievable guitar player. He lived in Chicago for a long time and was in a lot of bands that, almost made it in Chicago, and worked with, the guys that were in Enough's Enough for a while, and never really got anything, never really got a record out of it. So I'm really happy that he's on this record, because he's just such a phenomenal guitar player and really lends stuff to it. And the songs are really good from Phil. So that'll be coming out, I think right after the first of the year will be the full release. It's the Phil Kubek Project. Okay. And then there's another band kind of on the other side of it that is pretty heavy. But the singer not only screams, but sings. So he does a little bit of both. They're called This Is Phantom. They have some Slipknot ties. I think one of the guitar players, maybe both of them, used to be in a band called Dirt Fed in the early 2000s and played Mayhem Festival with Slipknot and all that. So, but really great band, and we just started the record for them, so they'll have the first single coming out soon, and it's been, again, it's kind of across the board, but really good bands. I'm fortunate to be working with some really good guys around me. So both in my band and some other bands. So
that's great, man. Well, please send me some links when this stuff starts to come out so I can check some of this stuff out, man, because I'm really interested.
I absolutely will. I would love to get your opinion on them. I would love to get your listeners' opinion on them. Absolutely. We're kind of, like I said, we're in the process of it. Things aren't even really finished. I kind of did some quick mixes to get an idea of where we were, and they've just turned out really good. And the couple people that have heard them, and it's been a pretty select few, have all kind of said the same thing, and what they've said has been encouraging to me, and that's that it's still got a very 70s feel, but it's got kind of a like I said, a different sort of 70s. It's, where Kings of Dust was very Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin type 70s, and I loved that part of it. This is a little more, Old Journey, Boston.
Okay.
So it's a different feel of the 70s for sure. And we've heard a lot of this sounds a little like Boston, and I wasn't expecting that at all. It's got a little bit of an R&B feel to it at times, even like, old original Whitesnake type stuff.
Oh,
so
cool.
I'm really excited about it, man. I really am. I'm just, the way it's come together has been, just the best word I can think of is organic. It's just kind of all fallen into place.
That's great.
It really is. And I'm happy that that's the case.
Perfect. Well, I'm a huge fan of your vocals, man. So I'm really looking forward to that, man. That's.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. I really do. I'm in fact, I got maybe one of the best compliments I've ever heard with a song from this new stuff. And the guy said, yeah, it sounds like Ian Gillan joined Foreigner in '79. I'm like,
that's great.
That says everything I want to say.
That's great.
Yeah. So I'm excited to send some stuff to you, and I'll be doing that here soon, actually.
No, that's awesome, man. Well, I wanted to reach out to you and check in with you, man, and I'm glad that I did, because I wanted to get a little bit with you into this 50th episode we're doing. So that's great, man, and congratulations on that. That's not an everyday achievement. You're in for the long haul now. I know it. I got to keep going now, right? No turning back. It's the point of no return. Yeah, exactly. Well, Michael, man, as always, I appreciate you, man. Please stay in touch. I can't wait to hear the new material, and and best to you, man, as always. Thank you so much, man. And as soon as we finalize this, at least a band name and get that moving forward, you will be one of the first to know, for sure. Well, I appreciate it. And when this thing takes off, man, we'll have to have you back on. I love that. That sounds great. All right, Michael, you take care and you have a great night, man. Thank you so much again. Hey, and congratulations. Thanks so much. Thanks, Michael. Bye-bye. Hello, Scuzz.
Hey, man, how's it going?
Good, buddy. Appreciate you calling in today. How you doing, man?
Pretty good, man.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I could not have a 50th episode without you being part of it, man.
Well, congratulations on that.
Well, thank you, and congratulations on your success, man. You've been doing a lot of good things lately, man.
Yeah, I've been busy.
Yeah, you have.
For sure.
You have. The show in Mesquite looked like it went really well.
Yeah, it went really good. They liked us so much, we had booked this for Super Bowl February, I think it's the 12th.
Nice.
That weekend, 12th, 13th. I can't remember which the date, but I think Super Bowl's on the 13th. I think we're playing on the 12th, which would be Saturday before.
Nice. So I see you got profile picture coming out, man.
Yeah, I'm just laying down the bass. I'm sitting in the studio right now and working on. I just laid down the rhythm guitar a few days ago. Now I'm gonna lay down the bass, working on that, and then hopefully that'll come out. I shot part of the video already, actually. When gonna be a gal you've seen before in that Georgie Leahy.
Oh yeah,
blonde. She's in Karen's Gonna Run a Barbecue, which just came out earlier this year, and several other of my videos. and we shot part of that while we were shooting another sketch. I'm doing a bunch of sketches too. Those are part of the live show. We work them in between. We did one called Fart Valley Casino.
That was awesome, man.
And did you see that one?
I did.
And we did another one called Backyard Bud Implants, featuring a character, did Creeper Van Demanza. You've probably seen him, a few other videos. He rarely wears a shirt, and a little goofy looking. But we shot part of that, so that'll be ready to come together, and it's gonna probably be the dirtiest video that I got out. So keep an eye out for that one.
Oh, buddy, you know I will.
It's gonna be a little similar to, it'll probably be like No Gag Reflex, that level of filth. So
yeah, that's still one of my favorites, man. I love that video.
Yeah, that one turned out good. I'm proud of that one.
Yeah. So the fan page, man, is taking off pretty good, man. We got like 500.
Oh, good.
We got 500 peeps on there now, man. And I try to share everything that you share. I try to put it over to that page so folks get to see it.
Cool.
So, and they enjoy it, man. They really enjoy it. So,
that's good to hear.
Yeah. Yeah, that's been a good time, man. All the folks getting on there. And,
cool.
Yeah. Really,
you never know with it's hard to with Facebook how much traffic's getting driven to you and what's not. It seems to be random.
Yeah, right. Absolutely, man. Yeah, I know. I know I always see these things on there. Well, if you do this, this, and this, you'll be able to see all your friends' posts. And like, I don't know, man. If I'm not seeing everybody's posts, hell, I wouldn't know anyways.
Right. And I mean, there's people I got friends with. I know I ain't seen shit from them in years, and I don't know why. I'm like, are we still friends? I have to look it up. It's like,
so do you actually have a Facebook page, or is it just the Scuzz Twittly page?
It's just a Scuzz one, yeah.
Okay.
Which they changed that too. They tried to have me set up a musician page. You know, I set it up way back in the day, and I guess there's this specific thing you can do. There is another Scuzz Twittly page that they made me set up, and there's people that have joined it, but I never post anything to it, so I don't know what the hell it is. It just kind of sits there. I'm sure there's a lot of those dead pages like that.
Oh man. Well, now, man.
But my main one everybody knows about, so I got about 23,000 followers on that.
You got a ton of people on there. I need to get about 20 more thousand on the fan page.
That'd be great.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, we're at about 500 right now, but it's only been out a few months, man. So that's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. It took me, I don't know, six months to a year, I think, to get about 300 or 400 people on there. And then once PBR took off, then all of a sudden it went nuts, it went like just a spike. And then it didn't probably peaked around, it's probably 12 to 15,000. And then it's just kind of slowly coming from there as they slowly find my stuff. It's harder, unless you have something goes viral, it's hard to really get noticed now. There's so much stuff out there, but the hardcore fans are there, the ones that have been there, from the beginning, tell each other, tell their friends. And so it slowly builds from there. We're up to 90,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel, which is great. Probably a couple more months we'll be up to 100,000, which is a big plateau on YouTube to get to. So
that's awesome.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, man. I mean, I find everything you do entertaining, man. I really look forward to everything that comes out that you do. It's just a great time, man. I see.
Thanks, appreciate it.
I see the fun in it, man, and I enjoy it. So.
Yeah, just trying to make people laugh and take their mind off all the other bullshit.
Yeah, I feel you. Because it is a lot of bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, you got to watch the Browns today, man.
Oh,
Oh, they played Thursday, didn't
They
they?
played Thursday. Yeah, I watched that. Yeah.
Yeah, old Case Keenum, man, he took care of business.
Yeah,
That's
it was
right.
you ever see the movie The Replacements? That's basically what the game was. But it was all like, there wasn't a guy on there you'd ever seen on first string.
Yeah, well, who was this running back that came out of nowhere? Jesus Christ.
Oh, he was awesome. Yeah.
Boy, every time.
He had some,
it was
his moves. One move, boom, he was gone.
Yeah, every time it was 3rd and 7, it's like he'd get 12. I'm like, okay.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
the O-line did great too.
They did, man. They did. Old Baker, he was on the sidelines. He was working harder on the sidelines than I've seen him working a game all year, man.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, him with the little hoodie.
No, that's great, man. Yeah, I love it. I actually I had Billy Morris. I don't know if you're familiar with Billy Morris. He's an Ohio boy, man. He's a rocker. He used to play with Warrant. He's from Ohio, and they run a food truck there in Ohio called Smoke and Rock and Roll. And and his band plays twice a year at Cleveland Brown Stadium on the main stage.
And what's his band?
The Billy Morris Band.
Oh, Billy Morris Band. Okay.
Yeah.
Look up for that.
Yeah, he's cool, man. They got a really successful food truck business there in Cleveland. He's a huge Browns fan. And I had him on.
Oh, yeah.
I had him on the other night, man. We were talking actually it was last Sunday, just before he was getting ready to go on stage at the Cleveland Browns game. When they played it.
Yeah, that's there's a lot of rockers in that state, tell you what.
Yeah. So how long has it been since you've left Cleveland? Or left Ohio, I should say.
Oh, been about 25 years, something like that.
Holy shit. So you've been paying a lot for gas for a long time.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I don't go very far, so. But when I do fill up the Scuzzmobile, it does hurt.
I bet it does.
That thing gets about 13, 14 miles a gallon.
That's actually
that old 360.
That's pretty impressive for that old thing, man.
Yeah, well, that's what they tell me it gets, but I think it gets more like 9. It seems like, because it's like, well, the fuel gauge doesn't work, has never worked, so I kind of got to guess. So I can hear, you sit on the gas tank in those old trucks, and when I stop hearing it slosh around, I know I better hit the gas station.
Yeah, if you don't hear no fuel bouncing around.
Right, exactly. Well, I used to have a spare tank too that worked, but I didn't use it much, and they rust out after a while. But it hung in there about 50 years before it finally gave up. But you'd always keep a few gallons there in case you run out. If the fuel gauge wasn't working, just flip the switch.
That thing's sweet, man.
It finally cut loose.
Now,
I'm getting ready to. Oh, go ahead.
No, did you buy another one of those? I thought I seen you bought another one of those.
No, I always keep my eye out. But no, I haven't bought anything yet.
Okay.
Still running that. We're gonna do. They really do it up around here for Halloween, so we did it a couple years ago, but didn't get to last year. We do the haunted hillbilly truck, and I'm gonna get it all cleaned up and rub it down with boiled linseed oil, and the patina looks fantastic. With the oil on there, instead of clear coating it, you just rub that on, and then we're gonna get some lights. I got the AC converter on there, so we're gonna do some lights, and I got a couple skeleton banjo playing skeletons. Put those up, and so we're gonna do it up this year.
Nice.
And have some treats and such.
Nice. So, yeah, man. So, hey, I know you haven't done this, but is the Bigfoot song still going to come out, man? I know we talked about that.
Yeah, that's next. That was going to be on the docket next. We ended up shooting a couple more sketches, and then I'm going to try to get that one out before Christmas. Profile picture is definitely going to be the next video and song, which should be out by, I think, we should easily get that out by Thanksgiving. Part of that shot, and then I just got to lay down the rest. And then I got at least 8 more songs I got to plan on recording. But yeah, Bigfoot probably the next one after that.
8 more songs, you said. Wow.
Oh yeah, I write them faster than I can lay them down there. I got a big booklet of, actually it's probably more like 15, but 8 that like I really want to do. Like, I'm glad I held off on Profile Picture actually, because I rewrite this stuff a lot, and we performed it twice already in concert, and always does great. And I went back, looked up the lyrics because I was getting ready to lay it down. I'm like, these aren't the same lyrics. So I'm like, but these are better. So I looked at the new lyrics and looked at the old ones. I was like, oh yeah, I rewrote this. And I totally forgot about it, and I liked the old lyrics. So I took the old lyrics and the new lyrics, kind of combined them and made a better song. So it's timing's kind of perfect right now, laying it down. So it's all coming together right now.
Sweet.
It's going to be a really, really fun, funny song.
So are you still planning on maybe doing like a greatest hits, like the best of Scuzz, like putting all these hits?
Yeah, that would be the new, the company I'm going through. The problem was getting the CDs made, is I really want to get them on CD and sell them like that. I mean, you can download them and everything, but I like having the whole deal on CD and people like that. That's the way I still buy albums. They sound better than MP3s. So yeah, that'll Profile Picture will probably be the last song I need to get done before I crank that out. I'm hoping to have the CD done. I'll definitely have it done for the show for Super Bowl, so we can sell them there. But hopefully have it out by Christmas so I can sell them online.
That'd be great.
See, and it'll be some live tracks. It'll be the hits plus the new stuff too.
Sweet.
But the new stuff's doing great. So
yeah, man.
Karen's gonna ruin the barbecue. Is doing great, and man, she spread like the COVID is over 1 million already. So
I know it, man. I tell you, Karen's gonna ruin the barbecue, man. Oh my god, dude. I fucking watched that, dude, and I lost my shit. I was like,
it pissed off some Karens.
oh, dude, I just love the opening scene where you're like, oh, and Karen's coming. You're like, fuck.
Right.
I just knew it was gonna be great.
Well, then I'm sitting here in the studio. I found out this guy makes Karen guitar pedals. So on Etsy, and I was like, well, shit, I get one of those and work that in. And it's this cool little distortion pedal, and it says, you'll see it just for like a few seconds in the opening.
Seen that.
You see, it's Karen Speaker Manager.
So
it's painted in.
That's a real thing.
It's a real
No
thing.
shit.
Yeah. And the guy. Yeah. Luckily, I found him in time on Etsy, and I ordered it. It's like, this going okay. And I go, well, this is what I'm going to use it for. If that's cool, I'm going to put it in the video. And he's like, hell yeah, it sounds great, but it's going to take me probably, 6 to 8 weeks because he hand makes all these things. And I'm like, all right, cool. So we had to wait a little bit to get that shot, but I'm glad I did because now he's so far behind. I guess the word is spread, so he's cranking these things out. But it's funny. It says Karen Speaker Manager, and then you got a rage knob and a tone knob.
That's great.
And then you got a switch. And then you got a switch that says, don't use that tone with me. and then when you kick in the button, it says, bring me the manager.
That's great. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, I remember seeing that pedal. I'm like, that's got to be some shit Scuzz just fucking
right.
And then like that, and it's a real thing. That's great.
Yeah, I was hoping he'd get. I don't know if it helped get in business, but I was hoping to spread the word. That's pretty funny.
Well, it's funny because I've seen that, not the pedal, not in person, but I've seen pictures of that pedal since your video came out.
Oh yeah,
and I didn't think nothing of it.
That's.
Yeah.
I can't remember where I saw it first. It popped up on something, or somebody told me about it. I can't remember, but I was like, holy crap! But I think he makes them by hand up the coast there, and man, he must be busy. That's all I can say.
Right, that's awesome. That's fantastic, man. Oh shit, god damn it. Well, hey, buddy, I just I super appreciate everything you do, man, and you've always been real responsive, man, to send koozies and do different things, and I really appreciate you. And
no problem, man.
I just wanted you to be part of the 50th episode, and
Congratulations on that.
Oh, thanks, man. Congratulations on all you do, man. I mean, I'm a huge fan of yours, man. I appreciate you, and I just have a good time with it, man. It's fun.
Cool.
But yeah.
Well, look for we are cranking out another sketch probably next week, so that'll be coming out real quick.
All right. What's it called?
It's called Carl's Coin Cabin. It's this kind of survivalist dude who sells silver, but he's got all different, silver and gold, precious metals, which I like to collect. So that's where I got the idea. And so he's selling coins, and it's for the coming zombie apocalypse, basically, and how you can protect yourself by having, stacks of coins. So it's kind of ridiculous. Should be good.
I'll tell you, man, when you did the one zombie video, man, that was fucking great. Your friend Daryl and your neighbor Daryl, I love that thing, man. That's so freaking
yeah. Yeah, it's going to be along those lines. I love Halloween too, so
cool.
So I'm always Amazon doesn't know what the hell I'm doing. I've ordered so much shit, 10-inch dildos and fake beards and shit.
I wonder if the person at Amazon ever fucking looks at these orders and go, man, this guy's fucked up, man.
Right, because we had to build up mock, versions of that. So I had to order like 4 or 5 10-inch dildos. They're like, what the fuck's going on? Is this you, Charlie Sheen?
Yeah, just over here killing zombies, man.
Yeah.
That's great, man. Well, dude, I appreciate you, Scuzz, man. So, I hope I can have you back on. I like to have you on, man, because people enjoy listening to your interviews, man, and we just have a good time with it.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go, man.
Yeah. So, hey, when that Greatest Hits album finally comes out, man, I got to get me an autographed copy, though.
Absolutely.
I got to have one for the Metal Bob Studios, man.
I think I'll probably sign them all. So
perfect.
That'll be extra. Yeah.
That'll work out good then. So what's on the agenda for the rest of Scuzz's day, man? Studio work or what?
Yep, we're gonna lay down some bass, and then I got some more. I got to lay in. We're gonna do. It's gonna be the first track with horns.
Really? Oh yeah.
So
did you get the tuba down?
We're gonna do. I used to play trumpet back in school, so I had to bust out my chops on that one. It took a while to catch back up, I tell you, man. But I could still remember like songs that I play. A couple of them you still remember the fingerings, even though it's been 30 years. But I got a plastic trombone, and then we got a toy saxophone, and I'm gonna get the other fellas together, and we're gonna do kind of a Blues Brother kind of scene where the scene when the horns are playing, and that's gonna be part of the chorus. So I've never recorded the horns before, but we've got them. I've done harmonica and fiddle and all that stuff, so this will be something new and fun to do.
Nice, that's awesome. I know.
So that'll be, and then there's a guitar part in there too. But so I still got to lay down the bass, the lead, horns, and vocals. So quite a bit to do on it yet. But
I know you told me a while back you was learning like trombone or something, man, or the. Which is really hard going from trumpet because the mouthpiece is so much bigger. But I got this cool mute I just ordered from Amazon, speaking of the devil, and it's you sound like Miles Davis through this thing. It's really cool. Like gives you that old fashioned swing band kind of sound. So I'm going to utilize that, and cool.
Hopefully I can. I think the saxophone's going to have to be digital because I'm not going to buy one of those. But I got a cool keyboard that does horns too. So we'll probably a mix of live horns and digital horns. So
right on, man.
It'll be a challenge. It'll be interesting. I just got you know how things have been hell to get repaired because of COVID and shit. And everybody's out of everything, you know. You can't order anything new.
That ain't no shit, man. The toilet paper's going away again. Fuck.
Yeah, right. No shit. So I finally got my tube amp back. It took forever to get fixed, but it's sounding fantastic. So I'm excited about recording with that. But oh man, it's like everything's breaking. I had a fan go out in the studio, shorted out, and went into my TV projector, shorted that out, went down the HDMI line, shorted that out on the receiver, and burnt the cable up too. So I've been fixing a lot of shit around here.
Oh man,
ridiculous! Like just went right down the line.
God damn it, man! You busy, man? You're busy.
Yeah. I've been busy getting shit fixed.
Oh man.
Luckily, Scuzzmobile's running like a top though. So
good deal. Hey, dude,
not on wood.
That thing's always running, baby. When that thing's running, everything's running. Come on.
Yeah, well, right. I mean, simple thing there. You just go in there, it's carburetor, boom, you know, battery's dead. Real, you know, there's nothing complicated under that hood.
I know, that's right. Oh, fuck, man, I just seen my neighbor walk out, man. He's a Patriots fan. Fuck him.
Oh, yeah.
But he's got a Viking sticker on the back of his car. That's bullshit, too.
He's confused. Yeah, I got some friends that are like Arizona Cardinals fans and Steelers fans, so they got their ass covered. I'm like, you can't do that.
Well, shit.
Pick something.
A few years ago, the Super Bowl, they couldn't lose. What the hell? They had them both.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, what the hell do you do? That's not fair.
Yeah, dude. I'm having a rough year, bro. I'm a Dolphins fan, so I'm getting the shit beat out of me every week. But But that's my team, man. Live and die, baby. That's my team. That's how you got to be.
Yep.
Brother, you're a Browns fan, so I know your pain. I know your pain.
Oh yeah, that's pain, baby. That's pain.
That's super pain, dude.
Yeah, that's decades of the shit.
Yeah, man, me too, buddy.
Goes back to I think my dad was the only one that ever saw success out of that team, back in the freaking 50s and 60s.
Right. Even when Marino played, dude, I never got a Super Bowl, man. So it's been rough, dude.
Right. I mean, I had the Kozar years, but it was like kicking the balls, the drive, the fumble. Like, you're not going to lose. You're going to lose in epic ways that they're going to replay for years and years.
Exactly.
I still hate when I play the Broncos. I think of that horse tooth Illinois motherfucker.
Oh yeah. Well, you got a piece of their ass on Thursday, so you're good.
Yeah, finally. Yeah, even with good teams, they beat us. Terrible.
I feel you, brother.
It's one of those teams that you can't beat,
Yeah, not anymore, man. Times are changing, man. Times are changing.
Yep.
Yep. Well, damn, Scuzz, man, I appreciate you, brother. I'm not going to hold you up anymore on your Sunday, man. You need to get to that football, man.
All right, man.
But you take care of yourself, man, and like always, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you.
All right, you too. Thanks for having me on.
Will do, Scuzz.
Appreciate it.
We'll talk soon. Take care.
All right, man. Later.
Bye. Hello, John.
Yo, Bobby. What's up, buddy? Let me get Brad through here. Hold on one sec.
Sounds good, man.
Yo.
We got you.
Hello.
We got you, John.
What up? Yes, sir.
All right, we got Brad on the phone.
Yeah, how's it going?
Hey, Brad, how you doing, buddy? Good. Thank you so much for taking time out of your evening to do this.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, man.
So,
hell yeah.
So how's
boy? This is like the original OG3 right here from back in the day at the Des Moines, Iowa, LA Guns gig. I think that was probably the first one. I can't remember. Is that the first one, Bobby?
I think it was Davenport, Iowa, and Peoria.
Oh, Davenport. Yeah.
Peoria, Illinois, man.
Hell yeah. Davenport's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh, wow.
That's it. Cool as hell.
That goes,
Brad, Brad is the reason I was on that tour. So I got that and pretty much everything else that came out of those days, directly correlates and is a result of Brad hooking me the fuck up with a bunch of cool ass people out there and a bunch of good opportunities, man. And so it's really cool to have him and you on this call at the same time. That's a good, pulling it back, almost 20 years ago, man.
yeah.
That's tripping me out. I didn't realize it was that long because, I haven't gotten any older. I know you have, but I haven't. I still look fucking great. So, it's funny how I met John. I was over a mutual friend of ours, actually a guy that was in a band with Slash, that good friend with Slash before Guns N' Roses, this guy Bernie. And I'm over there, and John's over there, and he says, "Hey, I'm a songwriter. I heard you're in business, da-da-da." I said, "Yeah, John. Great, man. Where's your guitar? Play me a song." Well, old John didn't have his guitar. And I told him, "John, you got to have your guitar. Everywhere you go, you got to sleep with this guitar." And I says, "I'm going on tour to Japan, and I'll be back, and we'll try to hook up." So I come back, and he's at the same dude's house. And I said, "Hey, John, play me a song." He says, "I got my guitar right here." And I was like, okay, this boy knows what the deal is. So he plays me a couple songs. After that, I said, "Hey, what are you doing for the next month? Do you want to go on tour with LA Guns?" And he was like, "Get out of here." I said, "We're going to leave in a couple days." And next thing you know, John's on the tour bus. I think in my living room, we recorded a couple tracks.
Yes.
We recorded a couple tracks in my living room, so he had product to sell on the road, a way to make money. And it turns out John's pressing CDs. He can't press them fast enough off his laptop. And he's selling more CDs than LA Guns is. And he's touring, and I open up, I'm rooming with John. We let him, he's on our bus. He's one of the guys now. And I'm rooming with him. I open up the suitcase expecting, he's got some clean socks or something for me. And it's full of money. He was traveling around and putting all his cash in his suitcase. He had no clothes, just money.
That's a hell of a wallet, John.
Hell yeah.
Then what is it? Not long after that, he's recording the track and writing the track for LA Guns album.
Hell yeah.
It's funny how things work out.
Dude, hell yeah, bro. I remember cutting that CD in the living room. It was like California, Shannon, shit.
Oh, man. Oh.
Dude, that's like the OG shit.
Yeah, those tracks are just gold,
I still have that, man. I still have that. I've got that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
The original copy, the black and white CD cover.
I don't even know how he was doing it, but he was selling these records. And he was fun. By the end of that tour, half of the band was out doing a couple tracks with him when he did his set. They were all like, "Oh yeah, I'll play with you.
Yeah, man, that was mad cool, dude. That was mad cool. Yeah. And everybody in the band was, really talented. So people like Adam, who was playing bass, would sit in on the drums for me, and Brad's playing bass, and then Carrie Kelly coming out playing, some random bass, trading off bass, and Brad's playing guitar, and it's it was just for fun. It was always cover songs and stuff, but I mean, it was that was pretty badass because those were some cool clubs that we were playing, with legit.
We were actually.
Yeah.
So we played this club in Mobile, Alabama. Now, we actually, John, in his set, we got up there and played Sweet Home Alabama in Alabama. So that was kind of cool. right?
Hell yeah.
So, but this guy that owned the club, now he said he was this pop singer from England who was Frankie Goes to Hollywood was this band. Well, this was some guy from Alabama saying he was a British pop singer, and he had the whole town believing. Do you remember this dude?
Yep. Yeah.
And he had the whole he had Mobile, Alabama believing he was Frankie Goes to Hollywood, just British act. Yeah, I had the whole town believing him.
It's not a bad hustle, I guess, if you're going to have a hustle, you know. But yeah.
No, I've been saying I'm Mick Jagger for years, and I just, nobody's believing me. I'm just,
man. Dude, Brad, yeah. I remember after that tour when I was in Baltimore, like hanging with my people, Brad came through on tour with what was the next incarnation? It was Brides of Hollywood, right? Or what was that band called?
Oh, Brides of Destruction.
Brides of Destruction, yes.
Nicky Six.
Yeah.
Scotty Coogan.
Yeah, that was a good live show. I remember Thunderdome. I went out and checked you guys out at Thunderdome, which is the old Baltimore rock club.
Yeah. I mean, dude, that was a fun tour. I mean, kind of crazy because it was supposed to be a sober tour, but but Scotty Coogan was there. I was there. Like, there's a few other people that were there that were not sober on that tour. I think it was just Nikki, and I don't even think Tracy was sober on that. Like, I think it was Nikki just telling all of us, you got to be sober.
Yeah.
And instead we're in the luggage bays drinking.
Yeah, I actually remember you had some of them Brides of Destruction guitar picks with you, I think, on that LA Guns tour. I think you ended up getting me a couple of those. I kind of vaguely remember that. So.
Yeah.
We had, I don't know, it was crazy touring with Nikki because, anytime we needed money, we tapped into Motley Crue financing, So anytime we needed to upgrade, hotels or something, Nikki helped us out on that level.
Yeah. That's tight, dude. Yeah, Brad, I don't know if you've got to see this or not yet, but if not, we definitely need to make this happen. But Bobby, that mug sings his ass off, and him and his group, the Marvels, cover some good songs, one of which is Spoon. And I gotta say, man, they knock it out the park, dude.
Get out, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I definitely got to hear that.
Yeah, I could probably share it to your Instagram page if you want to check it out, man.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Perfect.
Bobby's
I don't know how all that
singing mofo.
Oh, killer, man.
So, Brad, what are you up to these days, man? What you got going on currently?
I actually am working with the girl that started that pop band, the Pussycat Dolls, that girl group.
Okay.
So I'm working with her right now. I'm doing a bunch of different projects they have. They have a big studio they opened for, rehearsals for all these acts and stuff. So kind of helping out with all this stuff. But, I still do budgeting for other tours. I'm trying to stay home is what I'm trying to do. 35 years of touring kind of gets to me. So that's it. I'm trying to stay home. So I'm doing budgeting for other tours. Tour managers call me and managers call me. And so I kind of put some budgets together for them. But basically I'm trying to stay home, eat a lot of pasta and drink wine.
Nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, I can't get out of the music business, but I just, and I have back catalog from a bunch of songs I wrote as well. So I hook those to movies and stuff, just sound bites and shit. So, all kinds of different things I got going.
Yeah, so we need to get on John, man. He's got to get a new record out pretty soon, man. I've been poking him a little bit about that.
Yeah, no, I was just talking to him about going out doing gigs and stuff, doing more shows live and You know, I mean, he's in Austin.
Yeah. Kind of like, yeah.
You got to be playing every night. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, and especially like, you know, you just need to like get your shit out there. I think you should start writing for other people as well.
Yeah. No, because that's a good, like you said, you know, if it's like going to transition to more stay at home and, you know, work some sort of regular thing, like, you know, that's a great way to, you know, finance everything, is have other people who are in the game sick and can, you know, monetize your songs and stuff like that. And, you know, that's definitely a good job, you know, so I would not hate getting involved in something like that.
Well, hell
I
no.
mean, obviously I get mailbox money too from like old songs, so like it's better to, like try and link up with like one of the all country peeps, or, you know, some of those other kind of pretty cool musicians that are out there these days that you know, probably don't all write.
Yeah, you know, your songwriting's, you know, special. It's like, you know, people just don't write like that anymore. You know, good, real songs from the heart. You know, it's just everybody's writing about love, money, and, you know, love don't work. It don't work. It don't work, you know. We all know that. So we don't have to write any more sad love songs. You know, we know it don't work.
Now that's 100% true, man. And you got such a hell of a catalog. You got a hell of a catalog already. I mean, I would love to hear what another artist would do with some of the stuff you've written. That'd be great to hear that if someone dipped into some of that.
Dude, it was fun to hear LA Guns do that version, you know, the Vampire, like that came to life, you know, in epic fashion. And, you know, hearing like, you know, a song that like you remember sitting in like, you know, a living room on a couch playing it with Phil, you know, in Hollywood, and then all of a sudden like hearing it, you know, on the album after it came out and stuff. And I was like, yeah, that was pretty cool. And so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Ballad of Jane was wrote right here in my living room, right where I'm standing. Like,
fuck yeah.
You know, so a lot of those songs were wrote right here in my living room.
So,
yeah, Fuller is it Fuller Avenue? What I mean, like whatever Fuller, and you know, Fuller is the deal. We all lived on Fuller, you know, at one point or another.
So hey,
yeah, Camp Fuller.
Hey, Brad, how far does your relationship go back with LA Guns?
I worked for him for 20 years. So, right. That's a funny, okay. So I moved into a building here in Camp Fuller where they all lived. And, I think that was like, it was right after their first record. They just did their first album. So, and then I was with them, you know, forever until Brides of Destruction, really. And that was so I guess that was 83 maybe.
Okay.
So a long time.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, they're all family. I mean, you know, we all go back. I was married to someone for 20 years and she was from England. So her and Phil were best friends. We lived next door to each other. So it's just, we all became family, you know? I mean, and it's hard on me now, seeing this whole two LA Guns thing, nonsense going on, because they're all family to me, you know? And it's hard to see certain members not getting along. And it's just, yeah, we go back a long time.
Right on, man. Yeah, I don't even...
You know, and I can't...
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. I mean, I'm trying to think even what tour that was when I've met you then. I think Carrie Kelly was playing guitar. That, you know, they've had a lot of lineup changes over the years.
Yeah. I think it's been 32 members since the original lineup.
Yeah.
I mean, I read that on the internet, so like that's not me just guessing. I actually read that.
Yeah.
So
You
but
know,
it was probably on Metal Sludge, so it wasn't true anyway. So,
true. You know, and I know your relationship's different with them than it is at a fan's point of view. You know, it is huge for me to see Tracy and Phil working together again, though, because I mean,
yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I worked for Yes, so you know, Steve Howe to me was like my favorite guitar player, and I mean, he was the king. And then Tracy, man, I mean, I can't believe how good he is, and he just gets better. To this day, he's even better than ever. Like some people slow down, you know, their fingers get a little sore, you know, but that guy can shred like better than he ever could. Like, you know, yeah, he's an amazing, and he's an amazing person as well, you know. He's quite the character.
Yeah, he is. He's great. And boy, he's staying pretty busy, man. He's been putting out a lot of different, obviously out a lot of LA Guns records. He's done some stuff with Michael Sweet, and I guess the rumor has it that even maybe Jack Russell, him and Jack Russell were working on something. So.
Yeah, you know, well, him and Jack's been friends for many, many years. And, but Tracy has always had his guitar playing in other situations, you know. He plays with a lot of different people, puts out a lot of tracks that some people don't even know he was on, you know.
Right.
He's just, he's the sort of guy that can walk into your session and just lay something down.
Work. Yeah.
Yeah, and nobody has anything to say. They're all just like their mouths drop, you know. And and he just does it effortlessly, you know. But I do have to say this: the last tour I was on with him, he slept with his fucking guitar in his bunk. That's no joke.
That's
no lie. He did.
That's dedication.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It's love. It's just, and he's been like that since he was fucking 14 years old. Like that guitar's been in bed with him. He either has a hot blonde and a guitar, or just a guitar. So, yeah. And Phil, like, you know, I mean, John knows how amazing Phil is as a person, you know.
Yeah, Phil's cool as fuck, dude. He actually, I think the CD that we're referencing that was like on that tour that I sold, the picture on it, Phil took the picture because he was like cool photographer, and so we were like hanging out, and he's like, yeah, I'll take some pictures for your thing that you're gonna try and sell. So I remember, it was really cool. We were right down on Melrose, and I did some pictures. But yeah, he's always been cool as fuck and open, and was cool with letting me play that song that I thought would be cool for them, and and then liked it and backed it, and it was cool, man. But
no, I was blown away because there's very few people that they collaborate with. I mean, it was just like, wow, dude, you're getting in on songwriting shit.
Yeah,
that's another level.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, dude, Bobby just came down to Austin. We actually linked up, man. I think I told you about that when I saw you recently in West Hollywood. But yeah, that was cool as shit. Like Bobby, what did we say it had been, like 15 years or whatever?
Man, yeah, I think the last time that I actually seen you was at that Peoria show, man. And that, gosh, dude.
Yeah, like in person, yeah. Which though we talk and stay in touch and have been buddies like ever since. Right. But like, yeah, physically being in the same place at the same time, the reunion just took place down here, and it was cool, man. We drank some bourbon and had some fun, man. It was
we had a great time. What? And the wife told me to tell you hi, John.
Oh yeah, cool, man. Tell her what's up, dude. That was
wow, fun. You're a musician and your wife still talks to you?
Yeah. I know, man. I know.
Wow, you must be a good guy.
I do my best, Brad. I do my best, man. I'll tell you.
I've had a couple wives.
Yeah, I remember you, Brad. I don't know if you really remember me too much. I know you see a lot of people, man, on the road, but I do. Yeah. I gave you a couple laminates, the LA Guns laminates that I made, and I think one of them might have been Waking the Dead or something like that. It was
Oh, really?
ones that I had made.
You know what?
That I had on me.
I mean,
and you actually traded me or asked me for one. I gave it to you. I didn't, and I don't know if you remember that or not. But
I've done that only a couple times. I have done that, and I think I still have it in one of my bags because I save all that shit, But I think I may have it in there.
Yeah.
That's tight, dude. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, Bobby's good at the laminates. Yeah, and you're good at you're a cool dude, and so people are open to open to talk to you, and you always have a good way of meeting. I know you know everybody, and I remember how we met and stuff like that. But yeah, that's cool that that you get a trade that with people and hook up laminates and stuff. We used the laminates that you made for the Brothers from Another Mother tour with Charlie, and I think it was Darren Fisher on that one.
Yep.
But yeah, that was cool as hell too, man. So I was
dude. Charlie just posted a thing of his daughter. Did you just see this?
Yeah, playing Fleetwood Mac. Yeah, that was amazing.
Oh my God,
she's great.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
dude. I was like, she blew me away.
Yeah, she's really good.
All of a sudden, she's grown up, singing her ass off and playing,
hell yeah,
she's
dude.
amazing. What a talent. What a talent.
She plays fiddle and stuff as her main instrument, I think. Or used to
what I mean.
Yeah. She's played multiple.
Yeah, I believe Gibson just gave her a sponsorship too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
oh,
that's right.
God. See, this kid's already made it. She's already.
Right.
If Gibson likes you, if Gibson Jr. likes you,
oh yeah,
then it's over. You know who I'm digging right now? This blues player, Samantha Fish. Have you heard of her? Check her out.
Oh,
She's an amazing blues player.
Yeah.
But, I'm listening to her a lot.
She was just here in Columbia a couple weeks ago at the Roots and Blues.
Man. If you get a chance, check her out. She's got, this chick drummer that's, phenomenal. Just, really good shit. But also, what I'm listening to is Fate Destroyed. Have you heard of them?
No.
It's crazy.
Really?
It's like this punk metal thing.
Wow.
It's like this hot chick, screaming her ass off. Just great shit.
Dude, I do miss being so you get to hear a bunch of shit that we don't necessarily get to hear or know about. I just remember that was one of the coolest things about being out there was KCRW and just all this shit that was very local, but it was so world class and good. That it was gonna catch on somewhere else big soon. But Silver Sun Pickups and all these bands that were tiny that we watch come up and stuff. I do miss that. So I do feel a little bit out of the loop, even though
there's there's a thing going on with hardcore kind of punk metal girl bands. Another one, Switched Up Heart. They're great as well. I mean,
it's funny how it cycles back through the shit. You know what I mean? The trends.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And
what's the trend in Columbia right now, Bobby?
What's that?
I said, what's the music scene like down there? What's the popular? What style does the most popular local band play?
I'll tell you, man. You get a lot of singer-songwriter stuff here. You get a lot of jazz, and you get a little bit of blues. Cool. Obviously the pop countries. That seems to be pretty big most places. I'm not too into the newer country stuff, but it's fairly popular.
I started out. I was gonna work with a jazz act. And in rehearsal, they were doing so many drugs. I was and it scared me. I was 17. I was I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. I'll be a drug addict. Later on, I did become a drug addict, but that's another story. But so you want to hear a quick jazz story? So it's with. So I'm in England, and I'm working on this. I'm doing taking care of all the band guys for a Charlie Watts video, one of his solo things, a big band thing he did, big jazzy band thing. I don't even know what the name of it was, but I'm sure everybody can look it up. So there's Charlie Watts, and he's got 60 jazz cats, and they put him on a big band style stage, you know, and I'm like making sure all the guys are cool, and Ringo Starr's there with Bill Wyman, so I'm taking care of those guys, like making sure, like, hey, you guys got drinks and all that. And so it gets in, and we're there, like, so 3 hours go by, and I'm like asking the director, who happens to be my brother-in-law, I asked him, so what's going on? Why aren't you guys shooting yet? They said, well, the jazz guys, they're waiting for the Coke dude, and they're not going to play until the Coke dude gets there. So now I'm thinking, fucking, I was right. I made a good call when I was 17. Like, because they're all on drugs, they're all falling down, like, you know, and in fact, we're sitting at a table, Bill Wyman, Ringo Starr, and there was no alcohol. And they said, hey, run down to the off license and grab us a bottle or something. So I did. And they said, we'll catch you when you get back. You know, we'll pay for it, whatever it is, when you get back. So I go down there, grab a bottle, come back. Well, none of them had any cash to pay me back for a start. So here I'm mad at Ringo Starr and Bill Wyman because they owed me $25. You know, I'm like, wait, you're trying to stiff this little American kid, aren't you? Actually, I was a grown adult. I wasn't a kid. So, but that's my jazz story.
Nice. Love it.
Well, I think we're going to have to hit Ringo up for that $25, man.
Yeah.
Dude, you know, I was actually at a party and I almost went up to him and said, hey, dude. You know, with interest, you know, you owe me like 2 of your kids.
There you go. That's great, man. So, John, have you thought any more about maybe getting out and playing some shows at all, or are you just kind of been?
Yeah, man. So, yes, I definitely have been thinking, like, you know, got to kind of get that concept going again. We had a really good thing, you know. We were selling out, you know, Cactus Cafe and some of the cool rooms down here, and like then COVID hit, and one of the places we had been playing was this real cool little singer-songwriter, you know, listening room that was in the back of like this, you know, speakeasy type vibe, like nice classy bar right in downtown off of Congress, and it was called the Townsend. And so that was a rad place. I could do like solo acoustic gigs there. It held like 60 people or 100 people or something, so small. And so, man, we were packing that room out and everything was kind of cruising along. And then COVID hit. The Townsend didn't make it through COVID. That's gone. Cactus Cafe, like, you know, it's still, you know, I think maybe you're doing shows. I'm not sure. I don't think so because the campus, you know, is still semi shut down and that's on UT campus. So like everything, you know, that whole realm, Strange Brew, is gone. It's been gone, you know, before COVID, but that was like another kind of main spot for, you know, acoustic acts and stuff to play. But long story short, like I had a really great band, some great players. Like we had played together for a couple of years. So, you know, we were not, you know, there wasn't like players that I hadn't, you know, had a lot of hours on stage with. And so it was going well, man. And then, yeah, so that happened. And now I feel like there's a backlog, you know, as everybody is trying to start touring and playing again and stuff like that. Like all the venues that, you know, people want to play at that are left down here, like everybody's hitting them up, from national booking agents to like all the bigger local guys. And so, you know, I just don't feel like being in the rat race of that time, trying to book a gig right now. And plus it's kind of weird still to like go talk to like, you know, 100 people and be like, yo, come to this little room, you know, with a mask on or without masks on and watch me play, you know, when technically Austin's still in like stage 3 of like precautions. I don't know. It just feels weird kind of going full in, number one, because of that. But number two, like, I don't feel like dealing with all the politics of the moment. as soon as like venues I think are open and things are kind of getting back like to, you know, regular volume, then for sure I'm gonna, you know, kind of put together a best of kind of set list and get the band back together, or, you know, maybe make some, you know, changes with whoever is available and stuff like that, and definitely get some shows going again.
Awesome. Good to hear, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
So, hey,
So that's Congress. Congress is all college clubs, right? Isn't that?
Yeah, so like South Congress.
So is that back open now? Is that all back open now?
It's kind of happening. Yeah, like, so, you know, Continental Club and stuff like that is happening. Right. We just did have 2 weekends of ACL, you know, so that festival happened, which was cool. And there's like, you know, Stubbs is happening again.
Good.
You know, things like that. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, it's starting, which is cool, you know, but it's still like, it's going to be interesting, like the landscape, what clubs are around for local bands, you know, because that changed. That's what mostly was impacted. It was like, if you were a big local band, you could open for bigger people at those clubs we just talked about, but then there were some like medium or smaller size clubs that were like, you could really do well at down here, but those mostly got, you know, shut down. So,
well, it's all coming back.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, you know, there's cool people here that want music, so I think, you know, someone will do something to make it make sense.
Good to hear, man. Good to hear. You got too much talent to not do anything, man. That's all I gotta say.
We still gotta do our show together up there sometime.
Man, I'm telling you, man.
List as well.
There's a ton of places here, man, that love the singer-songwriter acoustic. You know, that it's pretty big here in the area. I mean, we got a wide variety of stuff around here, man, and it's, you know, everything.
Yeah, it's a college town, right?
Yeah, man.
Big college town. Yeah.
You know, everything is pretty well received around here.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's always good to be near that, you know, vibe and energy.
Yeah. So, hey, Brad, I gotta ask, man, because, you know, you've been doing this a long time, man. You gotta have some kind of really killer, funny LA Gun story, man.
Most of them are nasty about drugs or hookers. I mean, I'm being straight with you, right? And Nikki Sixx, I mean, I can't say nothing about him, but okay, LA Gun. So they're recording the album. Which album was Ballad of Jane on?
Cocked and Loaded.
Whatever. Cocked and Loaded. Okay, so Cocked and Loaded pretty much recorded. They're doing playbacks. They're playing back like Ted Nugent's there, like just some other, you know, managers, people like that. So I used to always have my dog with me. So we go into the studio, and it's literally 3 blocks from our house. It was on Melrose, a studio called Music Machine. So I go in there with the dog, and everybody's cool. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? And so I'm not noticing my dog. Right then, I think it's Ted Nugent's right there, and my dog just, bam, explosive diarrhea everywhere, all over the fucking walls, all over the fucking carpeting. I mean, Kelly Nichols is rolling on the fucking ground laughing. I'm embarrassed because I'm pretty much the new motherfucker there. Like, you know, I was pretty much nobody. I don't even think Phil liked me at that point. Like, you know, and here my dog just fucking lets loose and just like, and then, you know, so that's a funny story.
That's great,
you know,
man.
I could probably tell my grandkids that. You know, I prefer telling them stories about coke and hookers, you know, which I have a lot of those.
That's great. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I bet LA Guns is my band. John knows that, man. I've been following LA Guns, you know, their whole career, man, and I've seen them 50 times live. So, you know,
wow. That's great.
But yeah, I mean, my love for LA Guns is a lot of the reason I met John. I mean, may have never met you, man, if I wasn't such a big LA Guns fan, you know. So
That's right, man, because you were there early, not for me, but because you were, trying to meet them or hang out and say what's up or whatever. And so it was cool that you were there early enough. Yeah, and then, you got to check me out. We got to hang out at the table, merch table, and get to know each other a little bit.
It was great,
yeah,
man.
Cool.
I know fans now that have been coming back. I know their kids. I know the grandkids now. And it's really wild. The fans were, LA Guns always had the best fans, so loyal, loyal to the end, and that really means a lot when you're on tour and you run into people like that, like yourself, Bob,
Yeah.
It really makes everything. But, LA Guns, I got some funny stories. I came home one night and Tracy Guns is in his Corvette out in front of the house with his girlfriend. Now, I'm pretty sure I saw her ass over the hump. But it turns out they were hammered, just having sex in the car. I mean, and the thing is, he lived with her. They could have went right in the house. That's the thing. Because he lived across the street. So, there's funny stuff.
Yeah.
But, you want to know with Carrie Kelly. So, and John might remember this. So Carrie Kelly comes on tour with us. And, it was weird always having another member of the band come in. You know what I mean? It's okay, we got to get used to touring with this guy. Because touring's really camping with a bunch of people you don't really like, that you'd never go camping with. So he comes on and he's got a little airport bag, the kind you put in the overhead on wheels.
Yeah.
And that's all he brings on tour. He had that. He had he had jeans and a jacket. And in that carrier bag was nothing but these health bars.
Yeah, the metrics.
You see, John knows the name of them. See, John didn't do as many drugs as I did. But that was trippy to me.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That's all he had.
Charlie was good at doing the damn tiny lunchbox sized suitcase for a 3-week tour. You're like, dude, where the fuck is the underwear and the socks? Where's the stuff you got to change? On a regular basis,
but Charlie's clothes look better the more you sleep in them. No.
Yeah, right.
He's got cool shit that you just sleep in that shit.
Vintage. Yeah.
That
quote
was
unquote vintage.
Stephen Piercy always had these fucking cool ass jeans with patches on them, and they just looked better at the end of tour, and he never took them off.
Yeah.
Here's another thing. One time on tour, we have competitions about a lot of things. Just okay, one time it was who could not change their underwear the longest. Tracy won.
Oh.
I just said Tracy won, and it was a long ass time.
Oh man.
A long ass time.
Whew.
I think at the end of it, they just walked home themselves.
That's awesome.
Oh man, crazy guys, crazy shit.
Right?
Ooh.
Okay.
Good gracious, man. I'm sure you could go on all night, man.
I can. Dude, once I meet you, it'll then I can tell the real story.
Hey, that's great.
Okay.
But, but everybody's married now with new wives. And Nicky's now, he's known as Nicky 60 now.
Yeah.
He's, 63?
He's camping out in Wyoming. He's out in Wyoming these days, from what I understand.
That's I think he should have did that a long time ago, I mean, would have saved a lot of his marriages if he got out of LA,
Yeah.
The industry eats you up,
Yeah.
And if you really, it just does. It eats you up. But that's what we love. We love doing it.
Yes, yes.
Hell yeah.
Well, man, you know what, dude? I really appreciate both of you taking time out of your evening to call in and have a good time, little chat, man. It's always great.
Hell yeah, buddy. Thanks for letting us do that, man. It's always fun kind of going down memory lane and telling funny, cool stories and talking about, landscape of things and such, man. It's good times, Bobby.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like I said again, LA Guns, they gave me a lifelong friend in John Neilson, man, because
hell yeah.
I got to meet you
awesome.
and Brad,
yeah.
Good talking to
and
you, brother.
Yeah, I'm glad we get to talk, man. That's great.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Cool, man. All right, y'all. Well, fuck, dude. Looking forward to next time we each individually or mutually all cross paths and stuff like that. And, I will holler at you boys later.
It sounds great.
All right,
Brad, thank you.
Man.
John, thank you. You guys have a good night, man.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
you.
You're welcome, brother.
Okay.
Thanks, Bobby.
Bye.
All right,
See you, man.
Bye. That concludes the 50th episode of the Metal Bob Live podcast. Please check our sponsor links. Thank you for listening. Metal Bob out.